Chibi, say hello world. Hey guys, today we're going to share some of our favorite tips and tricks for dealing with separation anxiety in dogs like Chibi, who hate to be left alone. So what does separation anxiety look like? Well, for Chibi, it looks like this. So for a while we would leave Chibi at home and she would pace and cry and howl. Have you ever howled before in front of me? No. I've never ever heard her howl in real life. Only seen it on the camera when she has been super sad being left home alone. So we were looking for a couple of different ways to address her separation anxiety, help her feel a little bit better, more comfortable and independent, confident doggo. Okay, so one of the first things that we do to help the dogs be a little bit more comfortable when we leave is leave them with an assortment of their favorite toys. And we fill them with treats. So basically the first 20 to 45 minutes of being left alone is the worst for the dog. So what you want to do is sort of distract them from focusing on the fact that they've been left alone. Chibi is super food motivated, so we just hide a bunch of treats and she goes to town when we leave and she doesn't pay attention to the fact that we're walking out the door. So let's take a look at some of these toys. All right, so this one's from Kong. It's a rubber toy and it's got these little ridges, and inside you can place some treats. So we usually just stuff them in and they kind of move around. And you can use some bigger treats for these types of toys too. So Stella and Chewy's makes some of our favorite treats, and they're bigger and they fit in nicely. So we also have this toy, and it's got these little like brain-like divots, and the Charlie bear is kind of just stuffed in perfectly. And so we just fill one of these toys. Okay, this toy, sorry it's so beat up, but it's from Outward Hound. We call it the UFO toy. And basically you can put the treats right in the hole in the top. There's a little maze inside basically, and the dog has to maneuver the toy so that the treat comes out of this hole. So these are nice and keeps them entertained for quite a while. This is what we like to call a bobble toy. I think it's from Star Mark. And basically you just put the treats in through the top and they travel through the toy and it wobbles. So the dogs, hits it. Oops. The dog wobbles the toy and then the treats come out from here. This also works really well if you are feeding kibble and you need to slow down how fast your dog eats. Okay, so this is a new toy that we just found yesterday, and it's from JW Pets, one of our favorite brands of toys, and it works kind of like the bobble, but it's more difficult because you put the treats through the top and there are different levels that have holes in them, so the treats have to sort of travel from level to level before it comes out. So this one I think is going to be a little bit more difficult and keep the dogs entertained for longer. And the last thing that you can do, a really good tip for dealing with separation anxiety is using a Kong. So basically the licking action is calming for dogs. So you can fill with peanut butter and freeze it, and once you give it to the dog, it'll take them a good 10-20 minutes at least to lick it, and that should keep them calmer for longer. So once the toys are filled, you basically just hide them throughout the house. So I like to tuck some of them in their toy bin so they have to work for them. are you doing? Alright, so when we are about to head out, instead of telling them that we're leaving, which is what I used to do, I'd be like, bye, and they would get all excited. We put them in a downstay and we show them all the toys and they're super excited to get the treats and the toys, and now they're just waiting for the release word. So I just put on my shoes. Break. And then I leave and they have no idea. So we found that leaving Chibi with these treats keeps her occupied for a good 20-30 minutes, and by the time she's done with the treats, we're like long gone. So it really helps with the fact that she doesn't have to focus on us leaving, and she can really just challenge her mind, have a good time, and then tire herself out with these toys. All right, Chibi? Do you like toys with treats in them? Another item we like to leave with them, it's called the snuffle mat. This is another one of our favorite toys for the dog, and we actually got it for agility training with Kokoro, but it also works really well for separation anxiety training or keeping your dog nice and entertained when you leave. So they already know. They're like, treats rain from the sky and fall on this gray false grass thing. Okay, so basically you can hide a bunch of treats in here, and they have to sniff for them, and the sniffing behavior is sort of calming as well. So we just take some treats and we hide them inside the snuffle mat. So we always make the dogs wait, and then we release them with their release word. Are you guys ready? Break. Okay, another really cool technique that we like to use is called mat training. It's very similar to crate training. Basically, you teach your dog to settle and be comfortable and confident on a mat or a bed, and you can use this to keep them calm. So for example, we take Chibi to the office a lot, and so we'll use the mat training as a way to keep her from having separation anxiety from me when I get up to go to the bathroom or go to a meeting with a coworker. So all you have to do, you can look up some other videos on what are some good ways to do mat training, but we would recommend starting when they're a puppy, just like how you would crate train. So Chibi's command is go to your place. Come on, Chibi. And she goes to her place, her mat, and she lays down and she gets a cookie for it. And so she's already gotten to the point now where she's pretty confident in her place, and she's cool with settling here. She knows that she gets treats once in a while for just laying there and being a good girl. And so if I get up and I start to leave, she'll just stay there. Good girl. So we found this to be a really useful technique for making sure she has a place where she feels safe and confident outside of the home. So if we go to the office, her separation anxiety has reduced a little bit with the help of the mat training. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our video. Chibi says, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for learning about how I'm super needy. See you guys next time.